Hello everybody, it's Jacoby here. It's a pleasure to be with you for this Innovation and Ideas series. I'm the Global Director of Global and Strategic Innovation at Swinburne University, lifelong startup entrepreneur, 2 times Codex World's top 50 innovator, but none of that matters today. Rather than doing this inside a stuffy room, we've been in lockdown for quite some time. It's a beautiful Melbourne day and we're allowed out, so I thought I would give us some sunshine briefly. We only have 3 minutes, and the topic we're going to talk about today is bringing ideas to market. It's a complex area that's multifaceted, but ultimately what we're going to do is break it down for the sake of this 3 minutes into 3 critical areas. The first area that I want us to think about is the ideation phase and validation phase. And so specifically, this is where we start thinking about where we have a product, an innovation, an idea that we think will resonate in the market and we think serves a purpose. At the end of the day, any great innovation is actually looking to fill a gap and to fix a problem. If there is nobody who has a problem to fix, then really what you're doing is just inventing for the sake of inventing. If there is nobody to pick up and purchase that product, then you probably are wasting your time. So the first piece is to think, what gap needs to be filled? What have I identified that is a problem in the space that nobody else has been able to fill in a way that I think I can, or in a way that would best suit the potential customer base? The next question that we do inside that ideation component is start to look at how we validate our assumptions. And so it's one thing for us to say, for example, I could really use X, but just because you could use X doesn't necessarily mean that there are enough other people to justify the expense of building a business, working the product, manufacturing, etc., etc. So you do need to validate and go out and find out, how big a problem is this? Are there really people who will purchase it? At what price will they purchase it? How big a concern is it for them? How much better is my offering than the offering that exists in the market? Then we move into stage 2. Stage 2 is really about building the model and building the product mix that will satisfy that problem. So specifically, what are the functionality components that need to be done? How can I manufacture it in an efficient way? Is it something that has to be done onshore, offshore? Is it a problem that is localized, or is it a global opportunity? And what's the best way to both create a value proposition, which is solve a problem for the customer base, and then capture that value, which is build a business model that allows you to extract financial value for it. So if I'm going to build this product, are people going to buy it as a subscription, or are they going to buy it as a once-off, or is it a license fee B2B? Or there are a variety of different ways that you can look at that. So you're building the business model and you're articulating the product feature set. And then the third piece is how you're actually going to capture that market. So what are you going to do to bring that idea that you've now validated and you know people actually want and will value? You have a sense of what they're going to pay for it, and that there are enough of them to pay for it to justify starting a business. You understand what the feature set is and what the product needs to look like. You know how and where to manufacture that product. And now what you have to start thinking about is, how am I going to capture those people? What are my channels to market? What's the best way to get this product into the hands of my potential customers? Am I going to go directly to them on Facebook through advertising? Am I going to go through associations that actually speak on their behalf or represent products to them already? Am I going to go out and put it into retail stores? Am I going to look at a combination of those models? And so bringing an idea to market is actually a complex idea. It's, you could do a whole master's on it. I did here at Swinburne, the MEI. But at the same time, I think, whilst it is complex in some regards, it's also not particularly difficult at a superficial level. And so what you can do is actually say, what's the idea? Is it validated? What's the product that we need to build, and can we build it? And then ultimately, how can we get it into the hands of our prospective customers? And if you focus on that, I think you're in pretty good stead. Good luck with it.